And welcome to Sunday evening with No Man's Sky. Let's go and, when we get to it, go and abuse the galaxy of hell which we have ended up in. I am loading in the game at the moment, so it will take a little bit. Oh, we went to that planet. Or not. I'm sorry for the weird noise there is. My dog is walking around and doing weird noises. And then she left. That's the spirit. Now I'm here, now I'm not. For some reason she was going around and making weird noises. So we are on the freighter and we will start looking at the frigate missions as usual while we get it started. And besides that, I have kind of been considering whether we should just use a little bit of a shortcut and get through this galaxy. It doesn't seem like one of the most accommodating ones, and I have not really found any planets which was even close to be paradise. So first mission is a combat one, and let's see what we get out of that. Probably mainly coins. I said that, and then we get Indium. Not much, but it was a relatively short one anyway, so 1.3 million, that's okay. So I've cleaned up a little bit here as well, but not a lot. So the next one, would that be on the other side here? No, that's the one which it will be back within an hour's time or so, so that will be sitting there until we are done. There's one more. That one is also still ongoing because that was the late one we put on, so this one should be fine. Oh, I'm very sorry. I was a little bit tired yesterday. But no, you should have said you were there, then I would have continued a little bit longer. But this galaxy is getting the better of me. I don't find it very funny. But at least today you are here from beginning, so at least you will get something. So this is a balanced one, it's a longer one, so there might be something interesting. Storage augmentation is good. Yeah, okay, but I wouldn't see that. Okay. Is it going better then, and are you following some of the advice I gave you? Yeah? That's the funny thing when you get some interesting things. Have you gotten a Fluffy? Okay. What I didn't tell you, Fluffy had a baby. Yeah. It laid an egg, and another Fluffy came out of it. I don't know if we can see them here. I can't call them on the freighter, but you see, that's Fluffy, and that was the baby. So yeah, we have to. I got another companion as well, because I found out I could get a flying one and I could ride it, so I got a flying mount. That was kind of funny. I did not know you could do that, but I'm so happy when I learn something new as well. I need a little bit more audio on this so I can hear it as well. So no, but I can't ride Fluffy. Fluffy don't fly. So a little bit off materials here. We got one of them and two of them for the starship. That is absolutely brilliant. That is brilliant. I have things to sell. That's it. Oh, did we have enough fuel? Yeah, we do. So we could send out another mission. I'm afraid you probably won't be right. Not that I mistrust you, but I don't think that is going to happen. But we can ask when we get to that. So let's see, what missions do we have? I actually took some after midnight, so we might be a little bit limited. We should have for a combat. I think they all came back, yeah. So combat. And that's 5-star. Let's get that off. And trade, are they back? Yeah, they were back as well. So can't be any better. Off they go, and we are done. Oh, partisan. Well, I'm only an artisan, not a partisan. No, that's a joke. I'm neither. I'm actually not very good to do things creatively. That's not really my cup of tea. So I am going to cheat a little bit, because we are going to leave this galaxy. A partisan is like a freedom fighter or someone fighting against a power which occupy your country. An artisan is someone making things with their hands. It can be art, but it can also be furniture, things. So I don't know whether it's one or the other, but oh, yeah, floppy was your invention, so, well, not invention, but your suggestion, so you're his godfather. You are Don Dufufu. That works fine, doesn't it? So I said I was going to cheat. I kind of got enough of this system, so I know I have a portal in this system, and I'm going to go pretty much for the center of this galaxy and see if the next one is going to be a little bit funnier. This one has been very challenging. So how far are you in your game? Have you done the base missions? What is in your... You have two things in your inventory. Don't you know what to do with them, or you can ask anything, by the way, that is absolutely fine. And I will do my utmost to help you if I can. So if you tell me what the name of the things are, then I might be able to... Damn. I am not sure I have enough. Cover. That's a good question. What's the name of the thing? Yeah, no, I'm here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put in 12 of these. which is the first glyph. And if I remember right, it will send me rather close to the core of the universe, the galaxy you are in. Dragoni. This is a portal. You haven't learned to use them yet, but we will. So this is a sign we're getting close to the center, because there's actually already someone having a base here. So where is my ship? It's over there. No, that's not my base. It's a portal. You use them to transport to, well, all systems should have a portal. I don't know if there is without. No, it's not my base, it's some other player's base. We have gotten close to the center of this galaxy. So I'm going to find a space station, I hope, if there is any. But if we look here now, I'm now 5,441 light years from the core of the galaxy. When I started today, I was 680,000 away from. So I'm going to leave this galaxy as quick as I can. I was wondering if there is a space station here. Can't see any. So what I need to look, no, there isn't any. Okay, I can actually show you them. Navigation data. It would be these. What you do, you save them, and then you swap them at the space stations to maps to charge. And what you in the beginning want to get is get these charge, exosuit upgrade charge, because every time you use one of them you will get a drop pod which will give you a free slot in your exosuit. You have to make a little bit of repairs to the drop pod, but other than that it's free. It's relatively nothing you need. I can tell you, you need to produce one of these antimatter housing. You need to produce one of these, and you need to use 10 sodium nitrate. So it's so little, and that gives you one slot, and that is really worth it. But each of these charts cost you 3 navigation data. So save them up, get a lot of these, and you can get a lot of free slots. You just activate them, press E when you are on a planet, and it will show you where it is, and you fly to it. Yeah. The gravity, what is it called? The gravitini ball is not called that. I have some in stock. They are not overly valuable, but you might hold on to it because you need it for your base mission at some point. You need to hand one into the, I think it's the farmer who asked for it. So keep it in your, for now. And there are certain things, I can't see the storage on my freighter here, but you want to make money, but you do not want to waste things which is hard to get, and those balls, the Gravitini ball, it's not called Gravitini, Gravitino ball, they are difficult to get because every time you get them on a planet and you pick them up, sentinels will come and attack you. Yeah. But if you suddenly have 20 of them, then you can do like I do. I sell out from time to time when I get too much, because you well, you got it and you're still alive. That's a good thing. I took one yesterday when you were not on, because I had to kill 8 sentinels for a mission. So I took that and then I started fighting with the sentinels. I tricked them to attack me and they died. So that is it's it's always one of these things that what to keep and what to. Yeah, I mean, it is like that when you start out. You turn every stone over to see what's actually under it or with it, and I fully understand that. Damn. Okay. It's fighting time. Oh, was that a starbase? Don't you do that. See, pirates, I don't get rich by giving my stuff to pirates. That's the right way. Where did the planet go I was looking at? There's a lot of bases here. Okay, I came in quicker than the graphic loaded, so I hit something which wasn't there when I came. Ah well. Temperature okay. Reign of Atlas, whatever that means. I have sometimes tried kind of put in some time and say, well, when I come home from work I will be playing for an hour or half an hour just to wind down and do other things. Then all the stupid things would work. And that's actually nice if you can, but it also depends on a lot of other things, because if you're other people in your household, then they need to accept that that is being done. And as we've talked about, family is important. Where did I got it unticked for some reason. Want some phosphorus, that's always. So if you notice that the dihydrogen is not blue here, it's actually yellow, and that's because we are under a red sun. Yeah, maybe your doctor would write a note that you have to be off work for a month because you need to travel the universe and in order to calm your nerves. I probably shouldn't give you any good ideas. Oh, what else do we have around here? Cadmium, a little bit far away, not so far away. Silver, silver, silver. Phosphorus. Go check that first. The planet seems okay, so it's I hope I'm not giving you too many good good ideas. But you need to get out to get to the point where you can go to the Nexus, because then you can meet me there when I'm on, and I can give you some stuff if it is. And that goes with any followers. I was going to do that yesterday, but there was no one on which was among my followers, so I did ask a couple of times if anyone was there, but I mean, there should be some advantages by following. So it's getting warm now. Oh, very warm. So let's go back to the ship and be safe. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but after one month you might have the basic lit, but there are things, and even how long have I played? 2-3 years, 4 years on and off, and there are still things I do not entirely know, and well, I keep trying until I get it right, but it's there are so many little things that no one tells you about, and that's what I hope. Sometimes I can give a hint or tell a little bit about what we can do to actually get it better. I have to put my phone up so I can see if there's something wrong with the stream and stuff like that, because Sarah is sitting monitoring in the background sometimes that the sound and connection is working as it should, so that's always a good thing. So temperature, please. Can you please be reasonable? I could probably survive in 92 degrees, but the problem is the visibility gets so bad as well, so I hardly can't see anything. So I'm actually going to leave the Calypso galaxy and go to the next one. I can't remember what that's called, but we will soon find that out. That will be today. But I'm tired of all these planets with extreme weather and extreme weather, and they are kind of all trying to almost kill us. So nah, that's not funny. I like games to be fun, one way or another. This interaction and sitting talking to you guys is fun as well, but when you're sitting trying to play on a planet where you can't do anything because the weather is constantly bad, or there is loads of sentinels chasing you, then it's not fun anymore. So let's. I wanted to have some cadmium as well. Now we're here. Not that I overly need it, but it's the usual thing. I like to get some when I'm nearby. I can't tag it with E when my ship is in the way because it thinks I'm trying to get on board. That one. So Duhugo, how far have you gotten with your new game? Are you doing the base missions? This is a little bit of a odd planet. Not a lot there is in these deposits. They're very quickly emptied, so that's a sign that they haven't been here for long, so to speak. Yeah, I think we will. Go back and fly off. Just curious. Oh, I found all the animals here. Well, always when you have done, remember to register the completion so you get the bonus nanites. That is always good. I'm always speculating, wonder if there's any buildings on this planet, but I'm actually not bothered to start investigating that here. This was actually not the worst of planets I've been to in this galaxy. Weirdly enough, we're getting to the core, so yeah. So no Starbase space station whatsoever. Yeah, I'm going a little bit in circles right now. Not looking for Atlas, we are looking for the core. There is a couple of jumps before we get so we can go through, so that is actually worth doing. We can do some missions on the way as well. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. You didn't hear probably ask, well, how far are you in this new game you started? Are you going through the base station, the base missions? Well, if you go to your log, right, you have something like this, which is the primary missions. And the one you want to go to is actually the space anomaly. So if you can go to that and go call it in space, when you can do that, let me know. Then we can actually meet up in it. But it's all about these missions, expanding the base. I don't know why I have this twice, but never mind that. But those are the one, and agricultural weapon research, they are actually under that as well. So those are the one you're told to build a base, and then you're asked to put people on it and follow their instructions, basically. It is pretty much following what the game is telling you to do. Va bene. And if you have problems with it, then just ask. I'm here to help you. As much as I can. So I have some storage to put on my ship. And that's called augmentation. And I think I have two, so I will put one up on top. And one on the bottom end. So Oh, Ohio Gomasu. Um, I'm happy to help. Remember, when you come to a space station, go to this and buy a slot in your for your exosuit. It's not so expensive in the beginning, but it becomes more expensive, and that's where the charge to get it for free gets important. And I even though I have loads of navigation data, I keep picking it up. Yeah, I find the game became more fun when I went out in space. I found it interesting looking at the planet, but yeah, and just follow that for now, and then it will kind of move out in others as you come along it. And the thing is, you don't have to follow all missions it give you. You will still be having a great game and spend some lovely time without following it. But that part, until you're instructed to call the anomaly, that is the hub where you get a lot of things for nanites for your exosuit, your multi-tool, your ship, and your exocraft, and you get other things as well there. Plus, that's where you can go and get coordinates for black holes, for instance. So it's very useful. But anytime there is something, just ask if it is. So that is low, that is low. They're all low here. Bad. Oh. I just realized something. It's that Gravitino ball you were talking about, right? You can sell them for around 40,000, but they are actually useful to have a couple because you need it for certain things through the game. So what's behind door number 2? Hydroponic bay. That's not my favorite. Not much to nick here. No. I don't mind carbon, but oh, there's a bartender now. He wasn't there a moment ago. Where did he go? I'm not going to waste my money on something I won't be able to use anyway. It's all about being realistic. Take chances, gamble. That ship looked interesting, but oh well. Don't waste your money in game. Not that Still haven't found out what this is. Maybe I do one day. Then I will let everyone know. This is as usually empty. It's a gig station. I'll take a little chit chat with them. Got trade symbols, so let's take that. Trade words are very important with the gig, so if you can get them right, pun intended, then you might get some rewards. What? Technology is technology. Balarian, I have no clue what it is. Synthigag, in principle, everything which has the race name in is a no-go. They don't like that. Planetary is, I don't know. That's not, it is a travel word. So, Balarian? Well, I was lucky. What missions do they have here? Anything we can use? So, multi-tool expansion, that I can use. Exosuit I can't use. I don't know what that is. So collect 50 star bulb. I can do that. I'm a little bit curious what that is, so I will take that mission as well. Killing animals are not overly difficult. Let's see what this guy does. They normally give some sort of gift when you are a little bit up in standing with the tree guilds. No work, but a little gift. Yeah, I take the gift. Some salvage data, not too shabby though. So Dufufu, as I said, I take these even though I have shitloads of them, because I know that eventually you want different things. And what I've started doing, I'm getting the one which gives abandoned buildings distress signals. I have bought some of those. They cost 1 each, so they are nice. Cover is very useful. And the other one I have is so I can find portals and monoliths, which is also useful. Yeah, I do. I mean, I only have, well, I have 120 with me or something like that, 109. So, and I have some on my freighter as well. So yeah, I do collect them. As a traveler, so if we didn't have the glyphs, we could talk to him and find his grave and get glyphs, but that is not necessary. There's a lot of ships, but nothing overly interesting. So let's go and do a couple of missions. Well, I do and I don't. The thing is, I actually use them to buildings instead, but it's more on a when I need to basis. If I need something special, then I will. Is there only 2 planets in this system? No. That one got star bulb, okay. The rainy planet. But I do collect them, also because some of them actually give nanites, so you never know what you get out of them, so to speak. So I do take them, and I do buy charts, and I sometimes do use them, but only if I need something special. As long as I'm just exploring, then I'm pretty much just doing it on the go. But I did use a lot of drop pods for exosuit slots. But when I play on my own, so to speak, I play a little bit more boring, to be honest, because I go and find a lot of stuff that would take a lot of time and be not so interesting on stream. Wow. That's actually a very, very good question. To be honest, I don't always know if I need it, but there are the thing as curiosity. You want to see what's on the planet, but very often when I look at a planet, I see what does it have. Is there anything I can use? What is my purpose right now? Do I need to make coins? Do I need to gather resources? And it goes after that device. And then I like to use the maps on certain planets and hope I can get distress beacons or crashed freighters. Crashed freighters has been absolutely crappy on the maps for me, so I haven't found as many as I would like, but they give things for your freighter. Yeah, and that's absolutely fine, because you kind of need to get into the game in another way than I play it at my game, because I'm a little bit further than you are, and I know a little bit more things, so that's kind of where we start. But the thing is, if you unpack them in a system where there is no planet which actually holds any of the things, then you risk wasting them. So, but you need to do that to learn that it's not always fail-safe. Without failure, you won't learn as much. Does that make sense? Yeah, there's different ways of fail on. There's the one where you keep dying because you do stupid things, and that's not what you want to do. But I would say it's okay to lose a map and hello there, and find out that okay, it doesn't always work. That's how the game is, and that's where it kind of turn realistic. Everything is not straightforward. There's a freaking grave. But you are absolutely right. You can jump around and use your maps and see what you find from them, and it's absolutely fine. I did that when I started playing. I went for everything. I explored. I think I spent a long time at the first 5 systems I found. And it gives you, it teaches you the basic of the game as well. And you know what to expect further on. And that's not a bad thing. Experiment as much as you want. There's only one which can be annoyed over what you do, and that's yourself. And I mean, if you start sitting having arguments with yourself, then the problem is not the game, is it? I should say I can actually sit and get annoyed with myself sometimes, especially when I do something stupid. The other day I was very good at doing stupid. I kept falling down in holes, and I almost was on the rim of death and destruction all the time. I didn't die, but it was close several times. So when you find a grave, the dead guy will do some talking, a little bit of what he has found out about the game, and then you can extract the glyph, and I have them all, so I actually don't need them. Uranium is good. That's something you want a lot of. But in the graves is also a memory fragment, and the memory fragment is... What am I doing? The memory fragment is giving you something. When you have a lot of things, it's not so useful, but in the beginning, early game, whenever you find that there is some upgrade you can use. This will go to the cell department, but when you don't have any, then C's are fine. Yeah. And they will give you glyphs. And that is what actually I used on the portal. You need to have them. There is 16, and you have to collect them. There's 2 ways of collecting them. From other players' graves. Well, travelers' graves. It's not necessarily other players. Or when you start the Atlas part, the one I have sitting up here, then Atlas will actually give you glyphs every time you warp into a new system. So it's relatively easy to get them. In the old days, when I started playing, the only way of getting them was with the graves. So yeah. So I have to be a little bit careful, because the sentinels on this planet is very aggressive, I would say. Well, not very aggressive, but as I say, they are regular patrols, so you will encounter them. But if I start mining with my mining beam or shooting with my guns, they might attack. Okay. So I need some. It's not one there. Oh, it's far away. It's not any closer. I had one came up in my. In the top. Oh, a super heavy rainstorm approaching. That was lovely. Well, well, it's actually closer. So I want to do the mission. I will need to go and get them. Yeah, well, that's what makes it fun, isn't it? You don't have to do only one thing. You can actually, well, I'm saying this, but I would never do it like that. But you can choose that. Well, today I will find minerals, and tomorrow I will find plants and so on, animals, planets. I would never do that. I will go to a planet. I will scan as much as I can because it's coins. I will try to upgrade my scanning device, which is these ones up here, so they give as much as it can. And you can see sometimes when I scan an animal, it gives me 400,000 coins when it's a rare animal. So that's why I say it's not hard to make coins, it's not hard to make nanites. You just have to be awake when you're doing other things. Collect a lot of resources, build a base, get more ships, and the universe is open for you. Go out and fight with the pirates, sentinels, when you get stronger, and there's a lot of fun in doing that as well. Go out and find funny animals. See how many floppies you can find. I actually need to get these upgraded. I just realized I have C ones, but I do think I built them with these from well. So I'm just waiting until the storm is over. It was hot, so can just fill that up. So yeah, boom. How hot is it? 144. It's not hot. I was on a planet yesterday which was 340 degrees. I was sitting here in my chair, starting sweating just with the thought of it. And then half an hour later, I was on a planet which was minus 140 degrees, and then I was sitting freezing. And I think I'm getting a cold because of the weather changes. These hot, cold is not good for you. So I need, how many did I need for the mission? 50, okay. That should be relatively easy. The sentinels normally don't do anything unless they are very aggressive when you take things where you use E. So it should be safe. Should. So when I'm dead in 10 minutes time, it proved that I was wrong. So now we have gotten everything for the client, the mission, and I'm actually going to call the ship. Because we have to hand it in on a trade station which is shown, so it's just flying it there. The thing is, if you feel you have too much on your hands, then slow down, take it a little bit more calm and do what you feel like doing. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother. The first couple of planets are rarely very interesting. But follow the instructions in the mission awaken and do what they ask you to, and then scan around, look at things, earn a little bit of coins. That's absolutely fine. Take the resources as you find them. That is find things on the planet for instance, things like drop boxes and stuff like that, there's always something which is useful, like these. When you find them on a planet as well, pick them up. You might not be able to use the things right now, but worst case is that if you can't use it and you just have it in your inventory, you can always sell it. And that again gives you coins. Rusted metal, yeah. If you notice, I always save it. And why do I do that? Well, that was a rhetorical question. And I will explain. So, there's two reasons I save it. First of all, now I put it back here. If I put that in my refiner, each rusted metal gives 2 ferrite dust, which is useful and is good to have as a reserve. They are, when you make ferrite dust out of it, you earn 8 units more than is worth as rusted metal. However, what you can do is, if you want to create money for yourself, you then start refining it. Ferrite dust is on a 1-to-1 basis turned into pure ferrite, which is again double the price of ferrite dust. And then you can actually do it again, turn it into magnetized ferrite, which is even more worth, but there you use 2 pure ferrite to 1 magnified. But that way you can actually create money for yourself. And there's many things which can change to something better. So that's why I'm saving it. There's another thing I save. I of course don't have any at hand, but you sometimes get things which has goo on or fluids. I also save them because they refine to become runaway mold, which is, this one is the last state, and when you refine that, it becomes tunanite. Theoretically, yes. You have to keep an eye on what you are actually doing. I can give you an example. When you have a large refiner that has 3 slots, or even a medium refiner which has 2 slots, if you combine gold and silver and refine it, it becomes platinum, and that is theoretically less worth 1 platinum than 1 gold and 1 silver together. So you can lose money, but sometimes you need to make it to do something. But keep an open eye. Use your brain. That's always the best advice I can give anyone. Keep an eye on what am I doing? What do I get out of this? And it might be that the journey is quite long and you might lose money on the way, but then in the end you might be able to create a product which sells for shitloads of money. So that's the thing. You need to learn those little tricks, and they are not always simple. But I try to give a little bit here and there, so you will pick up if you keep an eye on what I do, and I do cut some videos as well, small ones, which can be helpful with some of these things, and I'm actually planning doing something on refining, because that is well, if you have a floppy, you need to make sure you always have these creature pellets so you can feed it. So that is that's very important. Bear in mind, not all animals want the same thing. There is a few exceptions. So now I'm actually going to use a map, that chart, because I'm trying to find an abandoned building, and there might be one on this planet. Bingo! I found one. Well, you go into your exosuit, you click on an empty slot, and you should actually have this. I think you get that at as a default one, but then you click on it, create, and it costs carbon to make them. You make 5 out of 60 carbon, but carbon you can get shitloads of everywhere. So it's quite simple. You're very welcome. That's that was the wrong one. I want the building. So now we need to kill some animals. I have my own way of killing animals because I don't like to kill them. Exactly, I don't like to kill floppies. But I found another way which I think is much better. And now, if you pay attention, I will teach you something. How you can make easy money. I know, it was a little bit of a joke. I assumed you were here. When you find abandoned buildings, there is always something called whispering eggs. If you just pick them up in the start of the game, you might be in for a nasty surprise. But I'll show you in half a minute. I will show you why. There was another building. There's another building. Oh, there's a lot on this planet. Good. But we need this one first. Preferably without hitting anything on the way. So, this is an abandoned building, which is nothing special at all. There are different types of them, so some has 2 rooms, some have only 1, but I'll always take this one first because that gives you a navigation data and some nanites. There's a friend. Oh dear. So I just pick up the containers first because that is free stuff, no matter what I get. If I can't use it, I can sell it. So, but here I actually get things which can be used for repairing ships and stuff. So it's not too bad. So if I scan here, you can see these red ones, that's whispering eggs. And if you pick them up, oh, you just shoot them, you take that one, and these comes running. And they can be a nasty surprise. They can kill you. So I'm going to, because I need to kill animals, so I'm just going to shoot them. I hope the sentinel leaves me alone. Where did they go? So you can kill them, and they are not hard to kill. The problem is there is so many of them and they attack in bulk. So they actually work together to try to kill you. Don't want to kill that one. They are called something with horrors. So I'm telling you, you can earn money. Yeah, you can attack them. That's absolutely fine. You just have to be a little bit careful. But there is a safe way of getting the whispering eggs, and I will show you the safe way now. Because when you look at the whispering egg, it comes out with a larval core, and that's worth 69,000 units. So if you get the you need to pick them up and sell them, especially in the early game. However, later in the game you can refine them, and each of these give you 50 nanites. But in the start game, I always collect them and sell them to get a foundation of coins, so I have some, because I hate being without coins. But now I'll show you the safe way of collecting them. Use your manipulator, make a hole down under them. You go down in the hole, make sure you can see them all. Even though we can't see them, we can see them. So use your mining laser, shoot them, they roll down, you pick them up with E. I just need to find them through. There's one there. So the animals will be running around, and they don't come down the holes. It's actually the same with sentinels. Did I get them all? I should have 5. Yeah. You see, now I have earned 349,000. And this is the safe way. And then you can just wait until the animals is gone. It takes some time, but for me, I actually need to kill them. So I go out, I'll stand on the building and start shooting them. It's bad weather here, but sod that. I don't know how many I have left to kill. It's quite warm here, but just go down in the hole. You have all the time in the world, and then You just repeat it with each of these where they are, and when you have taken them, then you have a lot of eggs, and you have a lot of money. So that's the simple. Too much money. Wow, you'll find them all around, nearly all time. But I buy charts for that because I use, among other things, those to kill the animals, because then I don't have to kill the normal animals. I don't like that. So was that? I'm a little bit curious with buildings, because some is actually very interesting. Especially if you can get observatory. Oh yeah. Well, you're behind. I have 300 million, so you're behind. But then you see a ship you want, and it costs 150 million. So then you spend them. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I actually kind of found this out. Wow. You know, ships comes in different classes, C, B, A, and S. And you want all your ships to be S-class, I assume. And some of them can be very expensive. And then there's freighters, that can be expensive as well. So sometimes you spend a lot of money, but if it's something good. Just saying. So let's do this first. I know it's bad weather, but I should be able to survive it. It is. It is going one up is you feel brilliant because you have gone further than you were. So these are the ones I talk about. You get something like living slime. It comes in 3 different types. One is something with goo, and one is fluid, and then the living slime. I take them as well because they end becoming nanites when they are refined. Just saying, nothing is necessarily wasted. So this is just shelter. It's nothing overly interesting. It was the other way I needed to go. But all these type of buildings I tend to try to find when I'm down on planets, but I don't use charts to get them. I guess I could, but yeah. So another thing which over time is important to try to find is things like buried technology module. You actually do want to find them, and I need to press the proper button. They give you salvage data, and you exchange that for things for buildings, for instance. So when you see that symbol and it's close by, pick it up. And I'm actually doing something I normally don't do. I'm fiddling around on a planet with a lot of sentinels. There's another building. Oh, more animals. So I actually managed to find 7 out of 8, so that's not too bad. Without actually looking for them. So now I just need to be lucky and find number 8, then I get some extra nanites. And don't drop down in the holes you just made. That's absolutely stupid. I know someone, a friend of mine, he always falls down the holes. Yeah, well, there are many different options, and to be honest, you can kind of go in any direction you would like. The only thing which annoys me a little bit is that you can't, for instance, build a base and make a pen for your animals and have there and only there. Now you unfortunately have to kind of bring them with you all the time. I would like to kind of make a place for them. That's the trading post we were at. That one I'm actually going to what? It's again one of these that there isn't anything. Walker. Oh well. Monoliths. A deposit building. I think my game just froze up. I'm still alive, yeah. So that was kind of annoying. I must have done something it didn't like. The good thing is, it would have saved when I went out of the ship, so not too bad. That is unfortunately something which happens sometimes in the game. Yeah, well, what can I say? So it takes a little bit of time to actually load into the save game, but at least the good thing is it saves every time you leave your ship, so you don't lose a lot. Some games you have to go back to the start of a sequence or something like that. I hate when that happens. Oh. Yeah, I would say when you find resource deposits, pick it up, get it, take it. And if you get too much, you can always sell it. It actually saved right where I was, so okay. Might have known there was something wrong. I just take the language here because I'm actually not that's the shelter we were just at. I always get a little bit nervous when I have a sentinel monitoring me, because when does it turn red? So if you notice, I get the... Where is it? It's on the other side of that. So when I'm scanning, I get sometimes like a white semicircle, and when it's white it's fine, but when it turns red, then they are attacking you. And that was the white one. Then you know you need to react to it, either run, hide, or fight. Well, I think it's time to go and hand in the missions and get our rewards. I think we've done enough here right now. So as we get into the core of a galaxy, there is fewer planets around it than there is out in the outer rim. It's like, I assume they are circular, but I actually don't know. But the outer circles are way bigger, so there's a lot more planets, and that's why you find them and no one else has been on them. But as you get into the center, there will be fewer and fewer, and what on earth is that? Thank you for following, and hi there. Welcome to. Oh dear. I should not have done interceptors. That is sentinels, so let me get away from here. Luckily we were close to the space station. I'm not fighting them, they come in so many waves, so I can sit for an hour and fight them. I'm not going to do that right now. So welcome to Antipod, to Fufu's brother. Welcome, very welcome. So are you on Sicily as well? Yeah, I must admit, Sicily is one of the few places in Italy I actually haven't visited, so I must do that one day. And your brother has been so kind to invite for some proper pizza, so that could be interesting. So let's hand in the missions. So I assume you play a little bit of No Man's Sky with the Fufu as well. As I said to him that it's actually a good idea to yeah, but the best thing is you need to play through the start until, I would say, until you get to the point where you can summon the anomaly in space, and then from there play together, do missions together, do fun things together, really. Maybe even being naughty and go out and play pirate a little bit. That can be quite funny. Because it seems to be a little bit tedious doing the base things together. Well, that's a good looking fighter, but it's just a sea. Oh. Yeah, but as I said, that I kind of had in mind that Saturdays I was doing something differently, but I then found out I would actually rather play No Man's Sky, and if we can kind of build a little bit of a community, then Saturdays we can find out doing something together, meet up, maybe do some missions or something. Because that's I'm open for that. So I got a new multi-tool slot, and talking about money, Fufu. A new slot costs 450 million, so getting them permissions is actually worth a lot of money. Oh yeah. I actually don't know how you gift ships, but I'll see if I can find out. Otherwise, we can. That could be a little bit of a Saturday adventure. We go out and try to find distress signals and see if there's any interesting ships we can find. Well, I don't know if that's possible, but I will check it out. But that could be. I wouldn't mind sharing stuff and I mean there should be a little bit of advantages following around stuff. So I'm going towards the core of this horrible galaxy. We are still quite a distance away, but I hope we can get there today. The thing is, the game has changed with some of the latest updates, and that actually threw me a little bit off. So my original save game is absolutely ruined because it was very different from what it has become. But I actually don't mind because I think the game has become better. It's many of the things which has been made is so much better than it was. So, as you have the game, give it a try. And the thing is, I'm happy to help with whatever information that might be useful. Why do they hide under the ship? To put me in troubles all the time. Yeah, they promised things when it was released which they actually didn't come with, but now, years after, everything they promised is actually in the game, and they keep making updates for free, which is kind of I wouldn't even mind paying a little bit for DLCs, because I kind of think they should be paid for their work. The funny thing is, I don't actually live very long from where the studio is. I've been tempted to contact them and ask if I can get an interview with them, make something, but I don't know if they would be interested in that. I have questions to them, to be honest. So now we can get a little bit of a... Yeah, it's only 15 minutes by train or 20 minutes in car, so it wouldn't be long. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There, it's on the other side. Why is it on this side? It's on the other side. Now I do have some questions for them. I love the game, and as I said, I've said one of my favorite games many years ago was when I still played Commodore 64. That was Elite, and it was pretty much a game like this, but it didn't have the planetary part, but everything else was in the game. So and when I started playing this, it was like way better graphic deja vu, and that has pleased me a lot, and I am very passionate. Yeah, exactly. You can do whatever you like. There's no rights, there's no wrongs. Just stay alive, I would say. And how many tries it takes to get it right, it's yourself which suffers from it, no one else. And there's not someone in the background standing calling you a noob for doing something silly. I had one on chat the other day, and he told me he'd been playing since launch, and I was very aware that he probably knew way more about the game than I do, but there was no comments that what I did was stupid or silly or anything. He just kind of embraced my line of play and was sitting enjoying watching me venturing around and talk as I do, because I don't shut up. So if you want to follow my channel, then you're in for a lot of talk. But I do talk with you guys as well, and if you have questions, I will try to answer them the best I can. So we got a little bit of interesting things. There's always, when you save a freighter, you always, I said always, but oh, there it is. You always get a cargo bucket, so you actually get a slot on your freighter. So that's the very beneficial part. Yeah. I have played some of the worst ones, and which actually really annoys me. I played World of Tanks and I played World of Warcraft for many years, and it really annoys me, especially in World of Warcraft, that the lack of understanding that people are on different levels of play is so amazingly stupid. Telling people they should play something else and uninstall the game because they make a fucking mistake in a dungeon and don't know because they haven't been there before, whatever it is. I mean, it's not all people who are sitting researching everything 3 days before they actually do it. Well, I don't. I don't find that funny. I don't mind looking things up if I get stuck, but I find it more fun to play and actually learn from my mistakes and thank you. I haven't played Rust. You can ask whatever you want. If you ask something I don't want to reply to, I will tell you that I'm not going to say that on open line to the world. But in general, you can ask anything. I am an EU citizen living in Britain. So I'm not English. I'm Danish actually. So I'm a bastard from the north. If you watch Game of Thrones, so I'm a Jon Snow. Yeah, I've been here in Britain the last roughly 20 years and been working in IT, so that's a better place than in Denmark. It was in Denmark, but and I actually like Britain, even though I still find the Brexit idea was a stupidity. But that's my opinion. But many share that now because they found out all the crap which has happened since. Denmark is a lovely country. It's just sometimes too small. So we found an outlaw station here. That's run by pirates. I kind of don't mind the outlaw stations. I am just very aware I do not do much smuggling because I found out the ones coming after you when you smuggle things and discover it is sentinel destroyers, and they have a stupid ability to come in high numbers and over again. Well, Denmark is a lovely country to live in. The only problem I always found is that the taxation is very high. So you earn more money every month, but you also pay more tax. For instance, in Britain, the tax is lower, way lower. So you earn a little bit less, but you have more money in your hands every month when the tax is paid. And many things are cheaper in Britain than they are in Denmark because of the taxation. So the cost of living have been less. I would say now after Brexit, prices has gone up, so it's not as much as it was, but it's still relatively cheap, and you just have to be smart. That's the thing I would say. Yeah, because everything which is imported from Europe suddenly have customs on, and I mean you can feel it even on stupid things like vegetables. Most of the vegetables were bought from Spain, and it's then suddenly what cost £1, then suddenly with the customs and it's 150, and then yeah. Yeah, and it adds to things. And they have found out now that oh dear, we have made something stupid. And yeah, but everyone was saying, well, not everyone, but many people were saying that before the vote even, that that is a stupid thing to do. So yeah, I forgot to actually look what he was exactly selling. So there are certain things, I'll warn a little bit. All those which is illegal black market goods, if you are caught with any of those by government and system, then you might be in trouble. No, you're right. It is, but that's why a lot of the public opinion now is that, oh dear, we did wrong. I am not too keen on raiding capital ships, because that will bring in a lot of problems. But one of the big questions for us as EU citizens was, how are we going to be treated afterwards? And I would say they have been fair enough, and we have gotten our settled status and no major problems doing that. The only thing is the door has been closed now, so everyone else coming now will have issues actually be allowed to work here. But there were stupid people. Yeah, you need to you need to upgrade your ships, because otherwise you'll be a sitting duck when you are attacked. You need to have proper shields. You need to have something to fight with. I have put some scanners on so I can see a little bit more when I go to systems, and I of course got all the hyperdrive so I can go to all color star systems. I actually don't need to have them all. You just need to have the last one, which is this one, the Indian drive. But they all, when they're sitting together, give a little bit of bonus. So I get a little bit of extra range for having them all, and as long as I have space for it, then it's fine. I like to have cheap launcher, so I can actually start from planets without using a lot of fuel, because I have a tendency to run out. So yeah, I love this design. So and it's become a good friend when we are out and about. And I'm going to run into a pirate, I assume. Just having a look what else is on these planets. There is nothing. really interesting. So I am, how much is he worth? 129,000. 129,000 is still 129,000. So I like to have coins, to be honest. The worst part is when you say, oh, there is a pirate, you think there is one, and then it pops up that he had friends. I wish you could actually conquer some of the ships you encounter in space, because some of them is really nice designs. So there's another good thing with taking pirates. It gives you good standing with the owners of the system. We do have fuel, so let's move towards the core. Yeah. No, not really. There's sometimes I actually, if I see something I know which is beneficial, but I kind of have loads of resources. Going to another outlaw system, so I could actually have been doing some smuggling, but never mind. But I'm a hoarder, so if I see something which I think, oh, that's interesting to put aside, then I go for it. But it's not. You very quickly get loads of things. But it's always good to have the 4 basic resources: copper, cadmium, emerald and indium, because you're going to use them so much. I'm actually not sure why I took another outlaw system, because I'm not going to do missions here. Not at this point. Was a little bit silly. I think someone is distracting me. It's always someone else's fault that we make a mistake. No, it's not. I'm fully aware. I'm the one to blame for my mistakes, not someone else. And you can hardly say it's a mistake to go to another. There's an a-holer. That is a solar, but just a sea. It's a very beautiful ship, but it's not useful unless you are inside a system, I find. Well, I still have stuff to sell on my starship, so. But I'm not selling to low price. I have some surplus things which I have produced on my freighter, but they are worth 3 million, and I'm not selling them to lower price. That's I don't have to. That's the thing. And I again forgot to look what he had to sell. That's see, there's The illegal stuff. Nothing really interesting. So let's go and have a look at the planets. No, I don't have a living ship yet. I will go for that at some point. It's a little bit of a quest line to go. There's nothing really I need on those planets. But if it goes like it did on my main, I actually found one by accident. So that very often happened for me. I'm doing one thing and then find something else. Overgrown planet. It looked nice, but that is not always the case. Looks can be deceptive. So there was a couple which were not in the list scanned. So where are they? That's weird. Oh, they're up there. No, that's the one we... There's one behind there, okay. So let's have a look at that. I'm always curious when no one has... Well, the guy who found the system has not been on them. Why is that? Has it something very bad? Yeah, they are cool, and I do want to have one of each kind, even though that some of them I would actually never really use. I'm missing one planet. So was that the moon I just found? Well, it was the other way around here. No, that's a planet. So where was the moon compared to that? It should be over the big one. The big one is there. I go into discoveries. It shows you all the planets and moons in the system. Well, the amount. When you discover it, it will be sitting as unknown planets, all of them, until you land on them. But I'm just being curious why it was never actually... So the one I found there is a violent planet, but if I land on it, it will come up and show in the list that I have been on it, if I had fuel. That is That's something you always need to make sure you have. But I would say I love some of the exotic ships, and they are normally always S-class. Wow. I don't think I have ever seen one which was not, but I always end up flying my fighter anyway, because that's the one I have kitted out to fight with. Okay, it's one of those. I have once paid the 850,000 units and I was conned, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I give them either the resource they ask for or the relic. The resource is fine because that's one which is easily gotten. So I get something. So what was that worth? 1.8 million. So that was a good bargain. That was a really good bargain, and I wouldn't have been angry if I paid 850,000 for that, but the one I got for 850,000 was worth 460,000, I think it was. But sometimes the clever guy cheats the not so clever guy. So this is a violent planet, so it's not going to be nice. It's going to be very warm. At least there's no sentinels, or what we know of. I love the difference on the planets, to be honest. I'm absolutely amazed with the outcome on this. I think that's one of the absolute nice things with the game, that diversity in the planets. You can come from something which looks like our Earth to something like this, or even worse. Some of the dead planets which absolutely have nothing on them, and it's in a way realistic. I do not like incoming storms, especially not on planets like this. But I'm scanning the animals because that gives very, very good coins. And there's a cargo drop. Let's take that as well. I actually just came here to land and get it listed. I like taking things which is free, to be honest. Fucking hell, it's getting warm here. So now I landed. Every time I go to the discovery one, it will come up it even shows me where I am on the planet. So if I was looking for something specific, I would know roughly if I was where that would be. It's not straight scientific, and that's one of the things I actually would love to have some sort of mapping ability, so you can map up a planet and you can actually say, well, here I saw a trade station. Over here I saw or I landed at a trade station. Here I found an abandoned building, and that it would come in on the somehow on the map, because it's very difficult to find something you already have seen when you come back. No, I'm not, because it's coming on Xbox Game Pass, which I have, so I'm not going to buy it, but I'm going to look at it. But some YouTuber got me ticked off because he was showing from Starfield and telling why it was much better than No Man's Sky, and he was absolutely wrong. And I think it's very, very dangerous sitting and tell that a game is shit. It might be shit for you, but it's an opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone have them, and normally they stinks. So I'm going to look at it, and but for me it looks like a rip-off of No Man's Sky, what I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it, but I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I sent them an email and asked if they are interested in a little chit chat I film, and if they say yes, hooray. If they say no, okay, sorry then. Um, but I I absolutely I love the game. No doubt about that. Don't call it shit when I hear it. I agree there is things that could be better, but there is definitely also things which could be absolutely worse. And all the good things are working, and yeah. I mean, if you get bored, do some missions, do some different things. You don't have to follow the same path all the time, straightforward. You can go wherever you want. Uh, yeah, but any game can make you bored. It can be the best game in the world, and you play it, and then at some point you feel you are just doing the same things over and over again, and then you want to play something else. I fully understand that. All games have that. As I said, I played World of Warcraft for many years, and my problem is always when you get to the end game. It is. It is a game, and it's not supposed to be a simulation, because you are not controlling things. Well, you could say it's a starship simulation, maybe, or an exploration simulation, but that's again is taken from some developer's mindset, and he was thinking, this is what I want to do with the game, which is fine. But it could be a exploration simulation for you if that's the part you want to take. And I mean, there's a lot of interesting planets. This planet is very warm. Very. Well, I actually only landed there to get it on my map and to see how it looked. But the thing is, one of my problems is people are always so negative with what they don't like or they don't understand sometimes, because I have talked to people who didn't understand this game, who plays very high-tech games and just don't understand what this is. No. I would say that the thing with that the promises were not fulfilled at launch. Yeah, it's fair enough to say, yeah, that I don't want to play it because it doesn't have what was promised. I fully understand that, but it has come and more to it. So, nah. I think it's well made. It's absolutely something I love. That I might be biased just to. That is absolutely right. There's still a moon I haven't found, and is that actually what is sitting there behind that one? The thing is, I don't have to find it, but I'm curious. Oh, that's a solar ship. Have you played after they came into the game? Oh, they are very beautiful ships, but they use very little fuel because they are solar powered, and that's really good within a system. But when you start going into hyperspace or warp, then you need the same things as all other ships, and they lag a little bit there. Sorry, I just have to farm a little bit in the asteroid belts because I need to be able to make fuel for my frigate missions. So I take a little bit here and there, and I am very curious. Oh God, what now? It's him again. I kid you not, no. It was another color sails this time. Oh, we need, yeah, you can get what you need. That was a cheap help. And the reputation is always good, and nanites, I don't say no to them either. I wonder if I'm seeing something that's not there. Yeah, you don't move long without fuel, that's absolutely sure. Are they all broken here? So there is something there. But I wonder if that's what I'm looking for. Oh. Now it can sometimes be quite difficult, but I saw the thing is it could be asteroids and but they are normally not so well rounded, so come on, get a lock on it. That one I have, yeah. No, and I'm blind as a bat. The funny thing is, I very often see shapes more than I see actual things. Come on. Do I really have to go and land on it before that I can scan it? That is ridiculous. Luckily you can scan even though... Oh! So... It doesn't hold anything interesting. Aggressive sentinels. Yeah. You know what? I will move forward toward the galactic core so we can move our way to... we are getting closer and closer. I actually think we only have to go to that Moseo GWIX 9 there to actually take the jump. So but the thing with seeing things, I just have to